Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video as I always do, turning on the camera as I walk out of places. Feeling pretty good, got everything I needed. At least I think I did. I brought myself some lettuce, some oatmeal, all that stuff I know y'all don't care about, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Tried myself a different type of salad this time. It's like I was telling y'all about some type of like creamy chicken salad, something. I tried a different kind, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's as good as the other. But yeah, man, feel okay. Nothing too serious. Just trying to pick up everything I need to pick up. Probably do some laundry when I get back in there. Tomorrow's the due date for paying for the hotel room. I got the money in the account. Probably should have been used for something else, but yeah, I know how I've been struggling to get myself going, man. It's been really tough between the heat and my own depression. I ain't been able to win these battles these last couple of days, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Failing miserably as it pertains to living up to my own expectations for what I wanted to do on this side of town, man. Failing horribly, and I didn't expect to. That's the part that bothers me. I did not expect to fail. I thought I would already have rideshare by now. I thought that the circumstances I'm in would surely have scared me enough to do better. But honestly, it's not. It ain't. What it's actually done is just giving me more of an understanding of how far I am away from having all of this under control as it pertains to my own desires to work or what have you. So we were talking about in the video on the way in. I just hate all things that have to do with an open-ended path to nothingness, which is what a job actually is in my creative mind. It leaves me further away from what it is that I ultimately feel like I need to do on this earth, which is be able to do whatever it is I can and in whatever moment I do. And like I said, it's unfortunate that I wasn't raised a rich person so that I could just have the funding to do this naturally, because so much more would be accomplished in theory. But then again, if I had money, maybe I wouldn't feel as poised to do all of these things that I do, because I would have money to suppress it and ultimately wouldn't have to do a lot of stuff. I think that's what it does. Sometimes money, depending on the personality, can keep you from doing anything. You just be rich. I'm rich all day. What do I need? I go purchase what you want. I buy you too. Like that kind of thing. It's just like, I don't know if that'd be a better creative for having that be my reality. I don't know. Especially with how many passes I've given myself in life for certain things. Probably would have never stopped playing video games. The way I used to play 2K, if I was a rich person, I'd just be playing 2K all day, buying myself all the best perks of my player and just be playing that. That's what I would actually probably do if I were wealthy and didn't have, no discipline against my own wealth or discipline against my own mindset. I just hide my soul in those games and be completely fulfilled. I did it for years. But now that that's not a reality, I found fulfilling energy and being creative, and that's what I kind of throw myself into, which is definitely a better thing to say the least. But ultimately, I'm no closer to having a hold on my own desires to not do what I don't want to do, and then don't even know if I worded that correctly, but to work. I told myself I was gonna be doing rideshare, bro. As soon as I start seeing them prices on them cars, I started remembering all them bad days I had. I remember one day I started driving, dealt with some bad traffic. I was only out there for 2 hours. I couldn't do it no more. My mental health said, F this, I'm going home. And I only drove around for like 2 hours that day and made like no money. I probably made like $15 that day. That's the type of temperament I believe I'm worried I'm gonna start engaging in. If I get out here and suddenly start doing ride share, it's the discipline and maturity to say, yes, I'm 5 seconds away from living on the street, but no, I ain't nowhere near closer to doing what I need to keep it from happening. It's the God's honest truth. And maybe they call it a disability in 2023. I can benefit from that being a disability in 2023, but I'm not certain. I honestly ain't certain it's a disability. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I'm certain of that. I just know that I can't seem to convince myself to do nothing else. And therefore, it has to be a disability when you see how close to poverty I actually am versus what it is that needs to be done, which should be simple. I just equate that to be, okay, there's something wrong there. Because it's always been like that. And with school, it was the same way. I ain't going. I don't care if it can keep me from having so many problems down the road. I don't even know if I'm not going to make it, or I am going to make it. So I'm not going to do anything I don't want to do. And that's how I equated life. It's like, look, that place ruptures my mindset. Maybe it can do some good things too, but I don't care about that. That's how I equated school. I really don't care about that, because I can do some good things by not going to, like not putting myself through what it is it puts me through, and therefore That's why I prioritize. It's some immaturity to a degree, but it's also something that I can't turn off. And so that's when it becomes a disability in my mind. But I don't think I'm the same as somebody who can barely get up and walk. I don't think I'm the same as somebody who can't put two sentences together or nothing like that. I'm very capable of doing. It's just once I get into a space where I feel like I don't want to do something, that's when the part of me that says let's do it anyway doesn't work. And so that's what it is. I'm sure you guys know that. You've heard me say this a billion times. That's exactly what it is. I got just enough money to either start rideshare or pay off the hotel for next week. And of course, I'll have to gather the money out of my shares to get into rideshare from there, or to pay for wherever the hell I would end up being the next week, for which I don't know because I had to find somewhere new. That's also part of the conversation I was having with the Lord this morning. It's like, you and I both know I'm in this situation. I can't stay here open-ended like I did, like I'm used to, being able to sit in Lennox until they kick me out of there, which took a very long time. This ain't that, but I'm still operating in a way that is used to that. And I don't think I'm ready to wake up out of that at all until it's time for me to lay my head on a freaking pavement and don't have nowhere to go. It seems like that's the only thing that's going to actually scare me enough to do what it is that I don't want to do. But even then, I tell myself, no, I ain't going to do it then. I'll just kill myself. Like, literally. That's exactly what I tell myself. Like, nah, I'm not going to be sleeping that night. No pavement. I'm going to go to the highest point and I'm jumping the hell off. Because then I don't live the way I want to live. And then life ain't worth living if I don't live the way I want to live, is what I tell myself. That's what them demons tell me. That's why I tell you, I'm no better than you if you struggle with something just because it ain't what I struggle with. I struggle with a lot more than I could convince myself I'm the greatest person for being. You know, nah, hell nah. Because my solution is always death. Even though it ain't good for you to think that way, even though you tell people to keep going, I'm telling y'all that's exactly what my mind tells me I'm gonna do. And so I just try to fight against that by weighing all that against all the good I try to put into this camera and telling myself that I may not live a full life because of this mental illness. You know what I mean? I may not. And so this is what it is. But I'm thankful that I gotten this far. A lot of people don't get this far, man. Many don't. Live to see 39 years of age and feel as physically fine as I do with the creativity that I feel I have. Last thing I should want to do is leave the earth. But I'm telling y'all, on this level, every day I think about it. 3 times a day I think about, yo, if this don't go right, I'm out. No kidding, no joke. And so that's just what I tell myself, to keep myself from doing what it is I need to do. Like it's a viable solution or something. It's like, nah, I don't have to worry about that, Brent. We just jump. I kid you not. So I just want people to pray for everybody who goes through what I go through. Anybody who has a mental illness, you got to understand how we convince ourselves to kind of maneuver in this life. That is how I convince myself to never do what I need to do. That's how I ultimately convince myself it's okay to sit when I know damn well the only thing that's going to keep me going is to move. It's because if I don't like what I see, I'm out. That's how I've been telling it. I've been saying that since I was a little kid. That's why I always tell myself I didn't have to go to school. You're like, well, you're going to have a horrible life. No, I'm out. I ain't going to stick around for it. And so it's like, that's where the mental illness really kicks in. That's what it really is. It's that convincing of oneself that you don't have to survive if you don't like what you see. And I don't want a single person who watches me to think like that, but I need you to know I do. I need you to know that's what I war with all the time, man. And it keeps me in positions to prioritize things the wrong way. It's the solution of unaliving oneself as a means of sparing oneself from the worst of said consequences for not doing things the correct way. It's a cheap way of checking out. It's a weak way of living, but it's the way that I do it. And of course I'm still here, so I never let things actually get that bad. Family doesn't allow me to get that bad. You know what I mean? And God bless the people who are stronger than me who don't dare quit on life or dare convince themselves it's okay to quit on life as a means of not doing what you're supposed to do, whatever that may be. God bless y'all, man. If you condemn me for what it is I'm saying right now, I don't blame you, because I don't want nobody doing and thinking the way I think. I shouldn't think the way I think. I'm telling you that now. That is not the way to go. But that's how I operate. That's how I've always operated when I think about what it is that ultimately comes next if for some reason things get worse. And the question is that what I would actually do? I haven't been tested in that way yet. I ain't actually had to lay on the pavement for my actions yet. But if things don't get better rather quickly, and if people start saying no to helping me, that's exactly what it's gonna be. And I'm not mad at myself for feeling that way today. I'm mad at myself for not finding a way around it after all these years. Literally. After all these years of doing things the wrong way, seeing consequences not quite go the way I want to, I still end up convincing myself not to do what I should the same way. So same little tired, low frequency thought. But you know what? I guess that's what the disability is all about. I guess that's why it's okay for me to apply for SSI and get mental health help and all of that. I think that's where I can convince myself it's okay to say I'm not well. But otherwise, there really isn't anything keeping me from doing what I gotta do except for me. It ain't. And I'm honest about that. It's me. It ain't nobody else. It wasn't no family. It wasn't my mom or nothing like that. They all been great. Everybody I've known has been great to me. Even the people I want to see that I don't see right now, they were great when they were in my presence. You understand? It's just me, man. So the same me that's able to do these videos and do all this good stuff that I'm capable of doing is the same me that'll tell you I'm gonna leave this place in a moment's notice if I don't like what I see. And that's the energy I've been engaging in walking into the Target. I could feel that people were feeling my energy wasn't right. It ain't right at all. I'm unhappy. But it's not an unhappiness that comes from anything anybody else is doing. It's an unhappiness coming from struggling like this and not meeting my own expectations within these struggles. I gotta do better. I can't convince myself to do better. You're frustrated with that. And then you have to face your family. They gave me money for a specific thing twice. Did I do right with that money? No. And I hate myself for that. But I tell them just like I tell anybody else. If I could have, believe me, my morals tell me to do exactly what I should. And if I were in your shoes, maybe I would say no to me from here on out because I ain't did right. I don't blame people for turning on me, but you gotta know what I'm gonna do if you do. You gotta know what I'm thinking I'm gonna do if you do. So God's honest truth. And God is with me. I believe in him and all of that. But I tell you, man, I don't love life enough to stick around for stuff that ain't no good for me. As it pertains to just misery and unsafe nature and sitting in jail or whatever. I ain't got no intention of surviving that. As dark as a statement as that is, it's exactly the way I operate. I ain't sitting through that. You can give me 30 years, I might not do 30 days. Out. So people need to know why I struggle so much, what it is I really struggle with, man. You know, and I don't like talking like this, bro, because I don't think that it helps anybody but myself, but I need to help myself so I can further help other people. And I'm telling you, I don't even feel like I'm in control of that. I never have felt like I was in control of that, for which makes me feel so defeatist in nature and so willing to walk away from the earth itself. Never felt I was in control of that. I always felt like that was a war within myself that I could never win. And that's why I want to empathize with those who want to quit on life, who live in suicidal thoughts all the time. I don't live like that all the time, but man, when it comes to making decisions to do things like work a job, a security position, or go to school when I was a little kid, or even do rideshare right now under pretenses that I don't want to do it. It comes down to if I don't like the consequences from the choice that isn't right that I'm making, then I convince myself the thought that I've already said that I ain't gonna give too much more credence to. So pray for me, pray for you, pray for everybody, and it'll land on me, but especially people who want to unalive themselves for circumstances that they should otherwise just not even be thinking like that. You gotta pray for those people, man. It's the devil's trying to cut their life short so they can't do what their purpose is. And I'm one of those people he's been trying to convince to cut his own life short to keep from destroying him with what it is that I know I'm capable of suggesting to others. I'm a man of God, but I struggle with my own demons, and those demons want me gone. So I just want people to understand that. If everybody's out there fighting through what it is that I'm fearful of, you're strong. You're strong. Be that strong. Be that person that you're supposed to be. Because I'm telling you, I'm struggling with what it is that you're already living through. And I don't want to see it in my own life. I don't. Not to say that I don't want to see it, but more so I refuse to. But anyway, that's my little pessimistic thought for the day, man. Hope everybody's having a great one.
You want to just come back before I do that?
coming back in for a half a second. I'm gonna walk back down there to get my bread right now. I'm not in for too long. How's it going? That's what it is, you guys. You know, tell the truth. I never tell you guys I'm feeling better than I am. I never tell you I'm feeling worse than I am. This is exactly what it is. I'm falling short of my own expectations, my own needs for this circumstance. Comfortable as I always am, defeatist as I've always been. And I would love to defeat that somehow. And that's life. And I love to be able to overcome what it is that ultimately I struggle with. And have yet to win that battle. Have yet to win that battle. So that's what it is, man. I'm home for a half a second. I'm gonna put this on the charger, put this in the fridge, and go right back out. BDF 44.